Pleased at this point to welcome Javi Lopez, member of the European Parliament for the Spanish Socialists, and who hails from Barcelona. Thank you so much for speaking with us here on France 24.
It's a pleasure to be here.
First of all, regarding the king, should he have said more?
Well, he could, I would say. It was really clear, the message. He was trying to defend the constitutional order and especially defending the rule of law. But in my view, my personal view, I think we could have more, especially asking to have more dialogue.
What are you expecting now from this speech we're going to hear from the president of Catalonia, Carles Puigdemont?
Well, we don't know, but we know it's on the table, the possibility to have a declaration, a unilateral declaration of independence, no? And this possibility could happen the next week, but it's impossible to apply now, and it will be not recognized out of Spain. No? This is the point. And at the same time, we have to explain that it was a huge mobilization this Sunday, first of all. Secondly, we think it's we have to condemn the image and the mismanagement of the police against the people. But it was an illegal referendum. In the parliament, we have 47% of the votes, with a majority of seats only in favor of the independence. Well, and we are trying to call to have dialogue because it's the only path to find a political solution between both governments. No?
This call for dialogue, let's pick up on that point with what's going on where you are, Javi Lopez. The European Parliament's been debating the constitutional crisis in Spain and the crackdown by Madrid on last Sunday's vote. The EU executive, for its part, reiterating its backing for Madrid's reading of the law, but again, as you were just saying, urging both sides to get the dialogue started. Let's listen to one of the top commissioners there.
Nowhere is the attachment to the rule of law stronger than in those nations who have memories of what it means to be deprived of it. All this was achieved through hard work, commitment, dialogue, and respect for diversity. Please let this inspire all of us to leave the path of confrontation and follow the road of cooperation and dialogue to solve the situation.
Is that call for dialogue going to be heard, Javi Lopez?
I hope.
Whose job is it to pick up the phone first?
I think both. Especially taking into account the situation, no? Like, if you have a crisis and the politicians, they are not talking with each other, the problem becomes bigger and bigger. And this is the main problem that we have now. And it's not only dialogue between the Catalan government and the Spanish government. I will say, okay, the Catalan government and the majority in the parliament in Catalonia should talk more with the rest of the Catalan members and the Catalan parties. And at the same time, the Spanish government has the responsibility. You know, the main responsibility is on the Spanish government, because we have to underline this. Mariano Rajoy was the president of Spain the last 5 years, and the problem was there. It's super irresponsible, the attitudes and the steps made by the Catalan government the last months, and especially it will be an extreme mistake, a huge mistake, if the Catalan parliament finally takes a decision of have a declaration of independence, no? Because the problem will be after, for the institutions, the Catalan institutions and the Catalan society. And for this reason, we are trying to say, okay, the socialists, we need dialogue, but after we need not only dialogue. Dialogue is not to say your statements. Dialogue is try to find compromises. This is the point, and this is how politics especially works, and even more important if you have a dangerous and really risky situation. Try to have compromises, try to have a reform, a constitutional reform, maybe, with a better national recognition of Catalonia, and after a referendum and a legal vote to everybody.
Now, your party can do something about it, Javi Lopez. It's a minority government in Spain. The Socialists, if they agreed with the far-left Podemos party, you could bring down the government of Mariano Rajoy. What are your thoughts on that matter? Should Rajoy be booted from power?
Well, I think now Mariano Rajoy is part of the problems that we have now. But at the same time, if we have a new president, we will need a new majority, not only for form a government, for manage the situation. And this is one of the main problems that we have here, the minority government of Mariano Rajoy. And secondly, we are being really demanding with the Spanish government. Yesterday, the Socialist Party of Spain decides to claim to have a vote of confidence and returning of confidence to the vice president of the government after the image that we saw on Sunday. This was really a strong message. This was really demanding and saying, okay, we don't approve your management of the crisis. We don't approve your management of the crisis, especially on Sunday. But at the same time, we are with the rule of law. We want to defend the state, reform the state in the law, trying to listen the identities, the claims of the people, and respecting the rights of all the citizens in Spain.
All right, so in other words, what you're saying is a warning shot has been fired with this vote of confidence for the vice premier. But what's your red line? At what point do you say we want to bring down the government of Mariano Rajoy?
Well, this is not a decision that we can take alone. This is the problem. Podemos and the Socialist Party, we don't have enough seats for this new government. We need more. We saw it. We have 2 elections. This was the problem. We have like a more fragmented political system in Spain. We don't have enough seats to form a majority between Podemos and the Socialist Party. We will need, at the same time, the pro-independence of Catalonia parties, and then makes that it's really difficult, the situation. But I will say the responsibility of Rajoy here is really clear. Not on Sunday. Like the problem was there, the political problem was there, and he has to answer with solutions. Maybe. With reforms, with constitutional reforms. But the way and the decisions made by the Catalan government, we have to explain now, okay, we are under the possibility of have a declaration of independence, no? And we are trying to say, well, we are not with the government, but we are with the rule of law and the state. This is the point, and we will help. This is our role here. We are a bridge in the political system in Catalonia and in Spain, and this is our role.
Javi Lopez, so many thanks for joining us. Javi Lopez, member of the European Parliament, who joins us there from the Parliament building in Strasbourg. Before we close this chat.